the churches in those days. All right, let's go to page 1201 quickly. There are a couple of things I'm not going to read every bit of it. I'm just trying to point out some things to you. Oh gosh, I love this. In 1201, she just finally says, I'm done. I'm not going to play the game. I'm not going to pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm just going to be who I am and who I was meant to be. So she starts saying, this is one of my favorite pieces, by the way. I'm seated. I've stopped being theirs. The name they dropped upon my face with water in the country church is finished using now. And they can put it with my dolls, my childhood and the string of spools I have finished threading too. Baptized before without the choice, but this time consciously. Here's conscience again, right? Of grace, okay? Let's skip down. But this time, adequate, erect, I'm on page 1202, with will to choose or to reject, and I choose just a crown. This is beautiful. First of all, I hate to say this because it's a repeat for those of you in American Lit 1, but I'm telling you, she's saying here, I didn't even get to choose my name. Someone chose it for me, and I was baptized. At that time, they baptized, like some people do. Some people still do this. Baptize children without asking them. They baptize them immediately, like when they're born or just a few weeks old or a few months old. And she said, no one asked me. All this stuff happened to me. I was given somebody else, but now I'm not going to be somebody else's. I'm not going to do everything somebody tells me to do when I don't think it's right. Okay, I don't know if any of this applies to you or is speaking to you, but I'm telling you, this is some good stuff to revisit, everybody. And as we go into Twain, we see very similar ideas coming from Twain, and he's in a different part of the country. Look this stuff up. Look it up and think about it. Okay, so another one I want to look at is 1205. I'm moving over there in the text. And oh my gosh, are you guys ready for this one? Here's another one I love. The soul selects her own society, then shuts the door to her divine majority, present no more. Unmoved, she notes the chariots pausing at her low gate. Unmoved, an emperor be kneeling upon her mat. I've known her from an ample nation. Choose one, then close the valves of her attention like stone. This is all about her making a decision to pull away. And let me tell you something else, everybody. Unlike today, when you can be free and really you can pull away, do your own thing, I'm telling you right now, this cost her everything. It was a huge sacrifice for her. And what she's saying is all these people are living the lives in society. She can't be a part of that. When you make decisions like that, still today, it cuts off part of the world from you. And she says, I don't care. I have to be true to myself. This is powerful. I'm on 17 minutes. Let's go to the next one. I love you guys. 1214. Thank you for hanging in there. I hope you love it as much as I do. I love her. Well, this one talks about the Bible and it's on 1214. And I don't necessarily want to read it, but I will say this. There was a great contention with how people wielded the Bible and how they took what they wanted out of it and didn't, and this is something people still have issues with, is people take things out of context. I'm not even sure, if they've read it or they heard it like the 5th time removed from some source. But other this, she talks about other boys are lost and other boys would come. It did not condemn. I just think that's an interesting concept where she even raises the concept of, how can people read this and be so off of what it says? So anyway, those are the pieces I wanted to look at. I just want to say you're going to see similar things in Twain. He questioned, like I said, the religious folks around him, was incensed with people and disillusioned with people. And, and here's another thing. Outside of the spiritual realm, everybody, when you talk about an America, and when you start thinking about freedom and who we are as Americans, and then you look around and that freedom's not extended to everybody, it's something to think about. There's so much. And listen, on a final note, I'm going to say this for those of you who are new to me. Everything we cover in this course, I'm going to say, how does this relate to today? How can we think about this that happened in the past. What was written? What were they saying? What was their struggle? What were they going through? What were they what were they dealing with? And then how do we see these things reflected in our culture today? And how are we struggling with similar things? So anyway, I'm 19 minutes, but that was the fastest Emily Dickinson lecture I've ever given. Go to the discussion board. I look forward to hearing what you have to say on this week's lecture. All right. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.